Alrighty, what's up, you guys? This is Ant for Blitz The Bolt. Real quick before we get into today's episode, this episode's gonna be a little bit different. Um, it's gonna be a short and sweet episode due to the fact that this is gonna be our third video that we put out this week. We put out the bye-week episode, just kind of talking about everything that's happened thus far into the season. We put out the Justin Herbert film review, which if you guys haven't seen that yet, it's up on our YouTube right now. Nate did that all by himself. He did a really good job with that. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on the YouTube at Blitz The Bolt, same name as the podcast. But due to Nate doing that, this episode is gonna be primarily just me. Well, it's gonna be just me. He's out and about right now doing things, so I'm gonna have to do this episode all by myself. So if you sort of miss Nate's stats and going in depth into players, I can try and replicate that the best I can, but obviously that is not my forte. With that being said, let's get into this week's episode. Alrighty, so this week, the Chargers are coming off their bye week, their surprise bye week, actually, which, I mean, I believe, personally, is a blessing in disguise. From it, we're getting Melvin, Ingram, and Justin Jones back on the front four. It's going to be really good. It's going to help us out a lot, especially with sort of the way that we've been playing. I mean, our defense has been good without them, but, I mean, obviously, you're not going to turn down getting them back. So, I think that's going to be, getting those two back is going to be big in stopping that Jacksonville run game, led by Robinson. Robinson is a very good running back, in my personal opinion. The thing is, I like that entire Jacksonville team for the most part. I think their record doesn't really reflect what they've sort of done this season. Funny, kind of like the Chargers. But getting into this week's preview, we have the 1-5 Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the 1-4 Chargers at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Not in Los Angeles, California, but we're just gonna put it as that. As I said, Chargers coming off a bye week. Jacksonville's coming off a tough little stretch of games. So without further ado, let's sort of get into this player comparison. So, at the quarterback position, we have Gardner Minshew. Minshew is a good quarterback in my opinion. Not too good, but not too bad. You know, I think he's perfect for that Jacksonville team going forward. He's played 6 games, obviously. 162 completions for 240 pass attempts, which gives him a 67.5 completion percentage. He has 1,682 yards, which is really good in my opinion, especially because, I mean, you know, that Jacksonville team is what it is. He has 11 touchdowns for 5 interceptions, which is really good, but he also has 17 sacks, which is unfortunate. So he's our quarterback right now. Compared to our very own Justin Herbert, Herbert has 97 completions for 141 attempts, which gives him a 98.8 completion percentage. He has 1,195 yards, which is very good, especially because, you know, he's missed out on one game. 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, compared to Minshew's sacks, which is, I believe, 14. Herbert only has 9 on him. So, I mean, that's really good. The rushing game, that Jacksonville team is led by, Robinson is a good running back, 85 attempts for 362 yards. He has 3 touchdowns. His longest run is a 39-yard run. Compared to Austin Eckler, but unfortunately, you know, he's not going to be with us for a little while. So, between the tandem of Kelly and Jackson, Kelly has 63 attempts for 203 yards. He has 1 touchdown. Jackson has 23 attempts for 84 yards. He doesn't have a touchdown, unfortunately. And then with the addition of Kalen Ballage, that's going to be interesting to see if they're going to be playing him, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jackson is out this week. Let's go back to this Jacksonville team and let's talk about their skilled guys a little bit more. So Jacksonville has DJ Chark as their wide receiver 1. I like DJ Chark. I've always liked DJ Chark. He has 265 yards for 3 touchdowns. Gets an average of about 10.6 yards for every catch he makes, which is stellar. 25 the 265 yards are for 25 receptions. Like I said, I believe he's a pretty good wide receiver. He's gonna be someone that we have to look out for. If we don't do good covering him, then I don't think we'll have any succession in this game. Laviska Shenault Jr. is their wide receiver 2. He has 26 receptions for 280 yards and a touchdown. A decent wide receiver. I think we can maybe get away with letting him get a few passes. I don't think he's too much of a threat compared to, for example, DJ Chark or the guy that they have on their tight end, which is usually Tyler Eifert. But I believe this week it's gonna be James O'Shaughnessy. Excuse me if I butchered that name. But I don't think he's too much of a threat. And then Keelan Cole Sr., another guy that I've really liked on that Jacksonville team. 27 receptions for 362 yards and 3 touchdowns. His average is about 13.4 yards for every completion. So I believe it's mainly going to be Chark and Cole that we're going to have to look out for. I mean, obviously, you're always going to have to look out for any of the guys that are on that field. But I personally do not think Shenault is going to give us too many problems. If I use my words, I'm going to be mad. Let's see. Their front 5, Cam Robinson, Andrew Norwell, Brandon Linder. I believe Ben Barch is going to be playing that right guard because AJ Kane is out, and Jawan Taylor. Jawan Taylor, another really good guy that I like on that team. He's one of the guys that I believe is going to be giving our front 4 many problems. Other than that, Cam Robinson, Andrew Noel, the group's good. I have no idea where they're ranked in total. So that Jaguars team is ranked 26 overall out of obviously the 32 teams. Robinson's grades haven't been too good. If we're basing off of last season, it translated kind of into this season. Last season he got a 54.8 overall grade, which is ranked 75th out of 89 offensive tackles missed. And he still allowed 45 pressures, which is not exactly what you'd want for a quarterback like Gardner Minshew. So I think our front 4 is going to be giving their front 5 a run for their money a little bit. Hopefully they don't give us too many problems. On their defense, Josh Allen, Devon Hamilton, Taven Bryan, Adam Gostis, Miles Jack's going to be out for this game. So it's going to be Kamalea Correa? Excuse me if I butchered that also. Joe Sherbert at that middle linebacker position. Dakota Allen, CJ Henderson, Josh Jones, Brandon Watson, and Sidney Jones. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up too much on Jacksonville. Really the only name I could pick from this list is Josh Allen and Miles Jack, which Miles Jack is going to be out for this game. Allen has gotten 2 sacks and 4 solo tackles, 7, excuse me, I'm so sorry. No interceptions, so, Devon Hamilton, no sacks, 15 tackles. You got Taven Bryan, only 5 tackles. So I don't think the defense is going to give us too much trouble either. All in all, I don't think we could... I think personally that from these past couple of weeks, I can never fully sleep on a team. Okay, yeah, sure, their stats aren't stellar, but they're a team in the NFL for a reason, and these players are pros for a reason, so I will never sort of disrespect any of their names. But Special teams, they have Josh Lambo, boo. Their punter, Logan Cook. Their kick returner is Keenan Cole, who I believe is a dangerous kick returner, if I'm not mistaken. But Lambo, obviously we have a history with Lambo. I believe he's coming back from an injury. So, I mean, props to him for coming back from that. But all in all, this Jacksonville team looks like it could be dangerous. Honestly, I don't think they'll give us too many problems, especially with, like I said, with us getting those key front four people back. I don't think they'll give us too much trouble. But then again, I mean, I've eaten my words if I say that like every damn week. So, on our side, obviously, you know our guys, Justin Herbert at the quarterback position. We're looking to get him his first win. Hopefully that could come this week against Jacksonville. Joshua Kelly, Tremaine Pope, Kalen Ballage at the running back position. Jackson is questionable for this week's game. On the wide receiver side, obviously, you know, we got Keenan Allen. KJ Hill is going to be questionable for this game. Mike Williams and Tyron Johnson. Jalen Guyton, which is a guy that I've really liked a lot this season. I think he's sort of like that Tyreek Hill-esque receiver, like just a speedster. Like all he has to do is put a little move on a guy and he can beat him out. Or if he just straight up uses his speed, he could beat up anyone at the line. Sort of as we saw these past few weeks. I hope they really let him do a lot more. Same thing with Joe Reed. I want to see more out of Joe Reed. I mean, I get that they don't want to play him due to the fact that he's on special teams, but I really want to see what he can do. Tight end position, obviously, Hunter Henry, Virgil Green, Stephen Anderson, and one of my favorites, Donald Parham Jr. or Chicken Parham. Parham had that really good touchdown, which I really like. That's the only touchdown he has this season. I believe that's only the first play he was in for that game and the only play he was in, and it was a touchdown. That says a lot. That dude has hops. That dude's a beast. I've liked him out of the XFL when that was still a thing. Well, obviously, our main guy being Hunter Henry. Honestly, I think he's improved a lot on his blocking this year. Some of the pass blocks or some of the run blocks that he does have really shocked me. And obviously, he'll always be that down-the-middle guy that Herbert would like to connect to, kind of like how I've been touching on these past couple of weeks when it's been Jacob Breland and Justin Herbert 2.0. I love seeing that out of him. I've always liked the tight end position. Now the questionable thing about the offensive side, Sam Tebby, Forrest Lamp, Dan Feeney at the center position. At the right guard position, Trey Turner's going to be out for this game. So we're going to be seeing Ryan Groy again. Right tackle position, Brian Bulaga is doubtful to play. Storm Norton is also doubtful to play. That means we're going to see our boy Tyree St. Louis in. I like some of the things that he's done in that first game. I think he got beaten out a couple times, but for the most part, he held his own. I mean, he's our third. He's third on the right guard and right tackle depth chart. He plays the right side of the line decently. Obviously, you can't expect too much out of him. He's our third string, you know. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of see what he can do. Hopefully, this line can perform well for Herbert and not make Jacksonville look like some all-star front four that's gonna be overhyped for the weeks to come. Our defense, we got Joey Bosa. Justin Jones coming back from injury, which I'm really happy about. Linval Joseph, who's been a beast this season, even though he doesn't really... He's made an impact on just the compassion that the front four has, the hunger that they have. He's been getting a lot of pressures to like on the field. So I mean, I think he's one of our greatest pickups from this offseason. Melvin Ingram coming back. Uchenna did really good for the most part. I believe there's some missed tackles that he had, but all in all, I love what I saw out of him. But I mean, he's no Melvin Ingram, obviously. Kaiser White, Denzel Perryman at the middle linebacker position. Got Kenneth Murray Jr., who has been really good this season for being a rookie. I can't wait to see what he becomes in the future. Unlike Nate, I'm really excited for him. I don't think he's overhyped in the slightest. I think week in and week out he does what he has to do. I mean, sure, like I said, he might have some missed tackles or he might have some missed assignments, but regardless, he's a rookie, you know. Just getting this play out of a rookie is great as it is. So, You got Desmond King the second, obviously. Rayshawn Jenkins at that safety position. Nas is going to be the free safety. Behind him is Jaleel Adai. So if we see a little bit out of him, then that'd be cool too. I mean, I was never truly a fan of him, but I mean, you know, who knows? And obviously at the cornerback position, we have Casey Hayward Jr. and Brandon Faison and Trevon Campbell. Special teams, we have Michael Badgley, obviously. I'm not going to give him too much crap this week due to the fact that, I mean, shit happens, you know. I'm not going to bash him for not being too good this season. I mean, he was great last season. I just hope he looks to improve, which, I mean, from looking at reading different stories about him from this week and how he's been feeling, I think he'll be doing a little bit better. Ty Long as the punter, I mean, not much you can really say. He can get the ball out there really well. For the most part, though, the special teams unit, shitty tackling, shitty defense, guarding your punter. That's something you have to do. All throughout the Saints game, the people blocking for our punter were just terrible. That's the Saints got to the backfield for the most part. There was almost a couple blocked punts, which wouldn't have been good. So, I mean, gotta fix that, obviously. Desmond King is going to be the punt returner. If not, then it's going to be Joe Reed. It's probably going to be a balance of the two, since KJ Hill is going to be questionable for this game. And then, obviously, the best player on our team is the long snapper, Cole Mazza. All in all, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Obviously, week in and week out, I'm always going to say this, but I believe the Los Angeles Chargers are going to be getting Justin Herbert. His first win of his rookie campaign as a Los Angeles Charger. The score is going to be... What am I thinking? 35 to 15... No, excuse me. 35 to 14 Chargers. That may be a lot, but I feel like coming out of the bye week, this team is just going to be hungry to finally get the first win. I hope we give Herbert more leeway, let him take some deep shots down the field, and I think those deep shots are really going to pay off, especially having, you know, your guys in Mike Williams, who just, as we learned last week, just get the ball up to him. Mike will always have a chance, even if it's a 50-50 ball. When it's a 50-50 ball for Mike Williams, I think it's a 80-20 ball that's working in his favor. But if we just keep on doing that, I think this is going to be a really good game for the Chargers, especially for Justin Herbert. I predict that he's going to keep his streak going of having plus 250 yards a game. I see 2 touchdowns out of him. Two or more touchdowns, excuse me. So 2, maybe 3. I would say 4, but I mean, I'm not trying to get myself too hyped about it. Like I said, he's going to continue that 250-yard chain that he's been going with to show why he is one of the undisputed rookies of the year, especially beating out Joe Burrow, which, I mean, like I said, we're not going to get into that until midseason. Burrow is obviously my top rookie of the year candidate. He's been one of the best rookies out there. I'm just a huge Justin Herbert fan. I already have 2 of his jerseys. I like him a lot, in case you couldn't tell. But anyways, I believe that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Like I said, this is gonna be a little short and sweet one. Nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. But yeah, if you guys liked what you listened to, make sure to follow us on. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Blitz The Bolt. We're available on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, Google Play Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll be able to find us there. If you guys want to go follow us on any of those platforms. I run a Chargers fan page on Instagram. If you guys would like to follow that, it's chargers.insider. I post any news that's coming out, any highlights or anything like that. If it's there, you'll see it. Twitter, I'm Herberts.hype. I'm Hollywood Herberts Hype Man on Twitter. My @ is just Herberts Hype Man. Like I said, I really like Justin Herbert. Even though Nate's not here, I'm gonna shout him out anyways. Nate on Twitter is, I believe, _NZTE. On Instagram he is NZTE. I think I butchered that. I think I'm getting those mixed up. On Instagram he is I was saying it right. NZTE Bolt. So if you guys want to follow us on those platforms, that'd be greatly appreciated. Next week we're going to be going back to our regular schedule of 2 uploads that are a little bit longer. We're going to be talking about the results of that Jacksonville game, and then we're going to be looking forward to next week, which is the Denver Broncos, which for some reason I swear I thought we were playing the Raiders next week, but that's just a whole nother can of worms, so we're going to open when that time comes. Also, next week, we're going to be having a guest on. One of our good friends. It's something we're gonna try to start out. We're gonna bring fans of opposing teams in, kind of get their takes on the game, what they think of their team, what they think of our team, and just so on and so forth. It's not any like players or anything, but we're working on that. Also, in case you guys haven't noticed, we have a new logo. So just in the comments if you want, let us know if you like it, if you don't like it. And yeah, keep engaging in those comments. We've been seeing a lot of comments lately, and it's really been meaning a lot to us that you guys are enjoying all this, that you guys enjoy hearing us week in and week out. It really does mean a lot to us. We have 43 subscribers already on the YouTube, which is just crazy. So for those of you who are subscribed and that like and comment on every video, thank you guys so much. If you guys have any questions for us, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. I know we had a question last week talking about the wide receiver group. Unfortunately, we did not get to talk about that this episode, but I promise you we will talk about that next episode. But for now, this is Anthony for Blitz The Bolt. I'm signing off for now. Stay safe, Chargers fans, wherever you watch the game, and peace.
Go crazy! Go stupid!